Trent, you've had time to process everything from the other day. How have you done that, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so obviously dealt with it on the weekend, Danny. You want to sort of stare it in the face, have a look at it, get the lessons out of it, and then move forward. You don't want to dismiss it. I think often people will, but we took the lessons out of it, and we're on to Friday night. So, that's been our process.
I wouldn't imagine it's been hard to get them focused for this week, then.
Yeah, these guys don't run away from anything. They don't try and dismiss it without trying to improve. So it was a lesson that had been sent our way, so we needed to pick it up, take it. But then the focus has been there from Monday about Friday's game. So we've been very clear, and the belief is high. We're going into Friday.
Can you talk to me about your level of respect for Penrith? I mean, a lot of people are waiting for them to fall or say they'll get stage fright, but I mean, they've taken on everything really this year.
Yeah, they've earned their position in the competition, and they've done that over many rounds, and that's why we have the so many rounds in the competition. There's been no break, so and now the test starts. Now we look forward to getting into the final series and putting all those things that we've learnt to test, put the pressure on and see who comes out on top.
Just one more. Do you think will Freddie definitely start at hooker? Is that your plan, or could we see a switch up there?
Yeah, Danny, I think we'll. I don't go into team changes or those type of things. I think that's the beauty of the way the competition's been set up. We've got our 21. We'll reduce that tonight, and then we'll run out our 17. So, we'll see how that goes.
Robbo, Matt Lowe, how is Jake Friend? And I think it was reported that he was rested due to failing concussion. Is that accurate?
Yeah, so he's not ready to play, obviously, this weekend due to last weekend. He's good. He's been training without contact this week. So he's been in good spirits, and really disappointed he can't play, obviously, tomorrow night. But that's the right thing to do.
And you mentioned that you're not sure on the hooker's position, but what does Freddie Lussick bring to the side? Obviously, relatively inexperienced, but he's got a lot of respect from his rivals. What does he add to the team?
Yeah, so he's got a big heart. He's shown that throughout our pre-seasons, the way that he trains, and he's a traditional hooker. Okay, so he brings good techniques along with him. So anybody that knows him or his background knows that he's a fighter.
Is that the sort of quality that obviously you're looking for at this time of the year?
Yeah, you want people that want the big boys to stand next to him. And Freddie's proven that over a long period of time without playing first grade, and then he's done a good job since he's come into first grade.
Have you seen a response this week? Just last one. Have you seen a response this week from the senior players in particular, in terms of leading from the front and saying, well, what happened last week wasn't acceptable? But have you seen a response from those guys?
Yeah, Matt, I think as I said, we dealt with it on the weekend. We didn't hide from the fact that we needed to pick up some things after the weekend. We did that, and I don't think it was just a response from the senior players. I think everybody put their hand up, took the responsibility, and decided to move on. Every one of them rang me over the weekend to discuss it, which is very rare in our game. People want to avoid it, so they all wanted to discuss it, get their lessons, and then move forward.
Robert, it's Mel Woods from AAP. When the players called you to discuss it, I mean, what were their thoughts? Did they have any explanation, I guess, for why it happened?
Yeah, hey Mel. Look, that's obviously private, and that's done now. I think the explanation of going through all of that is we picked it up, but tomorrow night's our focus now. I think definitely open to sort of discussing that process there, but it's now Thursday, it's done. it's a memory now that we won't forget, but it's no longer a weight. We'll focus on tomorrow night.
Robbo, you were asked before about Penrith, but Nathan Cleary in particular has had a fantastic season. How on earth do you stop this kid?
Through strong defence.
Have you been impressed by what he's been able to do this year? I know he's an opposition player, but like I said, he has been fantastic. Yeah,
that's up for you commentators to do that, and that's great. Our job is to defensively work over the opposition, to nullify their strengths, and we're going to do that. I think the commentary on individuals is up to you guys.
Trent, how important is that sort of finals experience that you guys possess over the Panthers, considering it's been such a weird year this year, being able to just switch it on, particularly coming off quite a bad loss?
Yeah, Jake, I think, look, I can talk about all I like, but it's about putting it into action. So for us, we've had guys that have played lots of final series, but tomorrow night we need to lay it on the line. We need to go out there and play the style of footy that we want to play, not rely on anything in the past. We need to attack it fresh, and so that's what we've been focused on.
Is there any one particular player, obviously apart from Boyd and Freddie, who'd usually be there, that the players really turn to, coming into such a big game like this?
Yeah, Jake, obviously you've got your leaders who are very important in these games, but the strength of the team is the shared load of that whole game throughout the whole team. So no one's going to take a backward step and rely on somebody else. It's up to them to step up, lean into the game and take it head on. And we want 17 guys to do that. You have your natural leaders, you have your guys that are going to do the discussions pre-game and in-game, but it's up to 17 guys to lean into the game. So, I think there's both that you need there, the leaders to talk, but you need everybody to stand up.
And people often, everyone focuses on the players at a week like this and coming into finals. On a personal level for you, how do you find finals week? Do you do anything different? Is there anything that you really love about the whole week in general?
Yeah, I love the challenge of it. I really enjoy. I think as coaches we've discussed, we don't get to go out and play. Our job is at the service of the players to prepare the players to play. It's their game, but then. This is such an exciting time of year. This is where life gets lived, when you sort of wake up and you think about it every moment, and you're there to get the players ready to play. It's such it's hard to explain how enjoyable it is. It's such an amazing time of year, and it occupies every living minute of thoughts in your mind, and that's the beauty of it.
Robbo, was it a hard decision to leave Mitch Orbison out? And is that a testament to the competitiveness of the squad?
Yeah, I think anybody who plays or doesn't play understands that it's performance-based. It's not personal. We've got guys that are really fighting hard for that position, and everybody's team-focused. So anybody who's in or out, we really... it's tough. It's not easy. But there's no. It's not personal. It's not a for or against anybody. It's what's best for Friday night and the team, and the 21 know that.
I guess Mitch Orbison's a perfect example of him buying into that culture as well.
Yeah, I think Mitch obviously leads the way in being the clubman and the person that he is, but everybody follows that lead and buys into it. And that's where you get that selfless nature and the hunger to perform.
Robbo, I asked about Nathan Cleary before, but Cole Flanagan, it's easy to forget round one. It feels like an eternity ago, but it was Kyle and Luke's first game together in the halves. How far have they come along this season? And it's easy to forget that it still is only their first year together.
Yeah, I feel like they've developed really well. There's obviously been has anybody led a simple life in 2020? Probably more simple than what we wanted, but it's been a ride for all of us. So, and there's no different on the footy field. It's been that way. It's been an extended season, as we know, with a pause, and that development of that relationships continued to grow. You can see they spend a lot of time together. They talk often, even away from the field. There's a lot of discussions at all times about the way they want to play, and that adds depth to their relationship on and off the field. It's a long way from round one to semi-final one, and it's been a lot of development, which has been good.
Trent, the conversation, I'm sure you're not really that aware of it in the media, has been that maybe the Roosters are cooked after being up for so long. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, again, Danny, I think you know me that I'm not. I don't know that that's the conversation, but it doesn't bother me. I think that's what opinion is about. I think people watch our sport so they can have their opinion on where teams are at. It's up to us to go out and perform. Simply, that's our role. People can have their opinions, and I don't judge them. It's up to them to have them and commentate on our game and create interest. But it's up to us to perform. We've got to make sure that we are in a state where we want to believe in what we're going to do and show what we're worth tomorrow night.